Russian Comms is a service that has nothing to do with Russian people. And it was run by a criminal organization that was promising full privacy, while aiding criminals in defrauding people worldwide. They just got caught last month, but let's have a look in how they were operating, how much money they were making, and how big the operation actually was. It's the 21st century, the great year of 2024. When you think about crime, most people think about Goodfellas, gangsters, and mafia peddling illegal substances and taking out the opposition from their turf. But as the times have changed, so did the methods that the criminal use. In the past, people were stealing wallets, but nowadays people don't even carry cash anymore. So now, what those criminals are mostly looking for are bank accounts and the access to them, of course. But how would they actually try to get access to those accounts? Well, in order for criminals to access your hard-earned money, they have to, in essence, be you. Well, since the outdated form of physical stealing from someone required certain talents, it most definitely didn't require anything else other than just taking your cash and doing whatever they want with it. But in this day and age, it's not so simple. If you do online banking or use PayPal, you very well know that you have to give your name, email address, and a whole bunch of other details. And every single time you want to log in and check your savings or buy the new Apple Watch, you have to authorize it, either in the form of a phone call or even a message with a one-time password, or even logging into the app and pressing the authorize button. This, in turn, makes it way harder for criminals to target you and steal your money. But that doesn't mean there aren't people who will go the extra mile or be savvy enough to actually do it. But how can they get my personal details? Good question. If you have delved on the internet for long enough, you might have heard of a thing called phishing. As we have already explained on this channel, phishing is when you are presented with a website that looks exactly like the website that you're trying to access, being deployed by criminals through various means to make you input your details on that fake page and then steal them. In the context of credit card fraud or wire fraud, most of the web pages used to take your personal details, including your credit card number, PIN, address, and phone number, are checkout pages. And this is just one of the ways through which those criminals get a hold of your details. Then, those details are in turn being sold online, either on the dark web or on the clear web, depending how ballsy you are, as fools. This is a term used when referring to a more complete set of data of a victim, although this is rarer and even more expensive to purchase. Regardless, those details are available on the internet for anyone to buy. As mentioned, in order for someone to access your details or authorize a purchase, the criminals take advantage of the fact that most serious banking institutions have a fraud detection system put in place. So, if for example, the criminal wants to make a big purchase using the victim's details, they call the victim, pretending to be a bank employee concerned about the attempted purchase on their card, and in turn asking them for the one-time password in order to cancel the transaction and verify their identity. This is where spoofing comes into place. Those criminals change their apparent phone number shown on the screen, and they make it seem like they're actually calling from the right financial institution. The purchase is now done and the money spent, with the victim only being left to contact the bank again and let them know what has happened. This, of course, besides the financial loss, leaves the victim emotionally drained, shaken, and with the trust in the bank, kinda lost. Russian Comms was a platform made by a few guys who were promising full privacy to their customers. The platform allowed criminals to hide their identity by appearing to call from pre-selected numbers. This enabled them to gain trust from the victims before stealing their money. Between 2021 and 2024, Russian Comms was available as a handset and later as a web app marketed through Snapchat, Telegram, or Instagram. The server included unlimited minutes, music hold, international calls, encrypted phone calls, and 24/7 support. Basically, you are getting a phone that costs around £1,300 with a 6-month contract. It looked like a normal phone with a lot of fake apps that had no functionality, and a few good apps like VPNs for fraudsters to further hide their identity, and a burn app that instantly wiped the phone. A preset combination was used to activate the Russian Comms app. The fraudsters just had to select the number or name that they wanted to appear as and call the victim. It's that simple. They were online and running for 3 years until March 2024, when two men aged 26 and 28, who are believed to be the platform's developers and administrators, were arrested in Newham, London. Another person was arrested in April, who is believed to be the handset courier. The three guys were later released on conditional bail and they're awaiting trial. Victims of all ages suffered losses and calls were made to 107 countries, including USA. Over 1.8 million scam calls were made, and the average loss of those who reported the scam was around $10,000. This is one of the more ingenious cases of fraudsters trying to automate the process of aiding criminals to make money. But certainly not the biggest. In May of last year, 2023, a 35-year-old man named TJ Fletcher was arrested in the eastern part of London. TJ Fletcher was accused of founding the infamous website iSpoof.cc, which, as the name says, enabled its users to do the exact same thing as Russian comms, but without the physical phone part. This website functioned as a pay-to-go service, with credits being deposited under the form of Bitcoin, and letting the users manually input the victim's phone number, and to even deploy automated voice message services with input recognition, simplifying the process even more. The website was originally created in December 2020, and at one point it had 60,000 user accounts. It was also estimated that were around £100 million in losses worldwide as a result of the use of this website, with UK alone amounting for £43 million. There was even a case when one single victim lost £3 million. This man, TJ Fletcher, made around £2 million in cryptocurrency from this website. With this money, he purchased a £230,000 Lamborghini, 2 Rolls Royces, and an £11,000 Rolex. It took authorities 700 days of work and 3 detectives to deconspire the man and his activities, in the end being sentenced to 13 years in jail. As you can see, this dark side of the internet filled with criminal activity is extremely lucrative. I feel extremely bad for the victims and those affected by this type of online scams. And I'm also really disappointed in those criminals that founded this type of services, since they were able to put in place these massive empires and profit so much from it. I am 100% sure that these guys could have done something completely legal and successful with the amount of time and money they put into this project. Remember kids, it's better to be free. Now, don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding dong the notification bell, and also leave a comment down below and tell us what you think about iSpoof and Russian comms. Also, our latest 2 videos are right here. Bye!